Good afternoon from outside Hatton Cross Tube Station, where I've just grabbed myself a tube map to confirm something before I go and make this video, and that is that there are 3 stations on the tube map that say Heathrow. Heathrow Terminal 5, Heathrow Terminal 4 and Heathrow's Terminal 2-3, and yet, because of Crossrail Purple Train Liz Line, I think that there are actually, in effect, 6 stations. And as a separate experiment, what I'm also doing with my fresh Oyster card, which I just picked up just now, is I think I can write to all of them for free, like this.
So, first the free part. That's because in the Heathrow area there's what's known as a free travel area. This used to allow you to change between Terminals 4, Terminals 5 and Terminals 2 and 3, and you could exit those stations and you wouldn't get charged anything. But recently that was also extended to Hatton Cross, where I am now. You can enter and exit at Hatton Cross, go to any of the 3 Heathrow stations, and you won't get charged anything on your Oyster or bank contact list. And then also, because the Piccadilly Line gate lines are separate from the Heathrow Express Elizabeth Line gate lines, it sort of makes it feel like the 3 Heathrow stations are actually 6 stations. So for this experiment, I got myself a brand new fresh Oyster card and loaded it with £10. At the end of the day, I should still have £10 on it, having spent nothing. My first journey was to go down to the tube, where I'm at, take the Piccadilly line and get the next train, not to T5, but to go down to Heathrow T4 instead, and from there I would then go and pick up the Elizabeth line. Whilst I'm doing this trip, it's worth noting as well that I was doing some Googling, and I noted that whilst the free travel area was in place for the trains and tubes, it's no longer the case for buses. Buses also used to be free around the Heathrow Airport area, but that is no longer the case. Through the wide-only barriers, and that's the first trip done. I check on the Oyster machine, and yes, that's the first station done, exiting T4, and it has cost me nothing. Then it's escalators, there'll be a lot of escalators today, to follow the extensive signage to go to the T4 rail station. And here, there's something brilliant which you may not have seen before. If you don't have an Oyster card or a bank contactless card, but want to transfer for free, then there are these machines which issue completely free paper transfer tickets. They're only valid on the rail, not the tube, so you just press a button, print one out, and you can then use it to go through the gate line. But I carried on using my Oyster card, hopefully paying nothing, and went down and got on to a Liz Line train. Okay, I've gotten to a purple train straight away, which is handy. To point out, I have used my Oyster card to tap in for free, which we'll check in a minute. But yeah, that machine is basically, if you don't have a bank contactless card or an Oyster card, you can pick up what are called free train transfer tickets. They're blue, they're paper cards, and you just say print one out, and you put them into the machine, and it lets you have a free transfer. There's a little map on the back. I mean, come and do this if you just want to collect a free blue transfer ticket, because that's fun. Okay, I think we should leave in a second.
The next station is Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3.
Okay, so purple Liz Line train departs. Take us just a couple of minutes to get to the Liz Line station of 2-3, which is separate from the tube station, hence why I think it's a separate station. And there's just more escalators and corridors and escalators and... There's a lot of escalators and corridors that you have to walk down through the barriers and go and check to see how much I paid.
Right, so tapped out there, check my balance. It has correctly charged me nothing, no pounds and no pence. Now to head for the tube.
Now for ages on the tube, the answer to how many travellators there are always used to be just 2. But I'm going to throw in a shout here to connect you between Liz Line Terminals 2-3 down to the Tube 2 and 3, where there's actually 2, sort of one long one split in the middle, 2 travellators. Yes, they're outside the tube station barriers and they're really part of the airport, but it feels like another station where there is a travellator. The station round us here say Terminals 1, 2, 3, but it is now just 2, 3. It's also strange how the platform.matrix indicator tells you that it's going to 2, 3 and 5, when really, as you're already at Terminals 2, 3, surely this should just say Terminal 5. You don't need to know that it goes to the place where you're already at. Anyway, onto the tube, onto the Piccadilly just for one stop, exit the barriers and see how much we've been charged. So still paying nothing, which is what I'd hoped, and as I go to make my next connection, let's have a quick word from this video's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. As you may know, Surfshark have servers in over 100 countries around the world, with the main benefit being that you can switch your location on your phone, tablet, laptop or computer. This allows you to, for example, to get a better price when shopping for something online, as it can often be cheaper when bought from a different location. And another popular use is for streaming services, as you can watch different content depending on where you are in the world. So with Surfshark, you switch up your location and you can easily access different streaming content. Surfshark also encrypts your internet connection, which gives you an additional layer of protection online as it hides your digital identity, and unlike other VPNs, Surfshark can be used across multiple platforms on an unlimited number of devices from just one account. So if you want to secure your online privacy, then go to this link, that's surfshark.com/Geoff, where you'll get 4 months extra for free, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. Okay, so I pick up myself another blue free transfer ticket just for the fun of it, because I can, and then tap in, still using my Oyster card, and this time I want to get the Liz line back from T5 to T23, but instead I can also use the Heathrow Express here, which is also just as free as using the Liz line service because they're both part of the same rail station.
Okay, this is vaguely exciting because I almost never get Heathrow Express. I'm struggling to remember the last time I went on a Heathrow Express train. It could have been over 10 years ago, because normally out of Paddington down to Heathrow you have to pay, but to make this connection from Heathrow 5 to Heathrow 23 or Heathrow Central, as the onboard PA just announced it, it's free. Oh, and we're leaving. So I'm just having a fun moment where I'm like, oh, I really get to go on this train operator. You know, there's a different seat maquette pattern and everything. How exciting.
The next station is Heathrow Central.
There's even a first class, which I didn't realise, except they call it business first. Is that true? Is there like a business first class section on Heathrow Express? I have no idea. That's how rarely I come on this train. Okay, ignore that, Geoff. We've got to do the free thing. Concentrate on the free transfer thing. We're almost back at Heathrow 23.
Off the small train, back into the dizzying world of cavernous spaces, corridors and escalators. I went up to the gate line one more time, tapped out with my today's fresh Oyster card to check that the price I paid had indeed been nothing. And then I held back on the train one more time to go back to Hatton Cross to do my summary.
So made it back to Hatton Cross. I've just got to check with my tube map, because even I'm slightly confused. Well, I just want to make sure that I know where I've been. I got on here at Hatton Cross, but basically there's 6 stations. I mean, it's not 6, it's 3. It's just because there's 6 gate lines, it feels like there's 6 stations. So I exited the tube, noisy traffic, and a plane at Heathrow Terminal 4. I entered Liz line at Heathrow Terminal 4, that's 2. I exited, that's 3. Liz line at Terminals 2, 3. I entered the tube, 4th gate line, Piccadilly Tube, Terminals 2, 3. I exited 5th gate line, the Piccadilly at Heathrow Terminal 5, and I entered the 6th station, the 6th gate line, at the Liz line terminal, but I got the Heathrow Express train because they share the tracks at Heathrow Terminal 5, and I then finished back at Terminals 2 and 3, and I just popped back on the tube here to Hatton Cross to finish the video. So that is why, although there's only 3 official Heathrow tube stations on the map, if you count it in terms of gate lines, it feels like 6. So basically, the Piccadilly, and Liz line Heathrow Express trains are very, very separate to each other. They're not all combined under the one gate line. Worth pointing out, if you come and get one of those novelty blue free transfer tickets, they only work on Liz line and Heathrow Express stations. It says quite clearly on them, not valid on the tubes. You can't use it here to get to Hatton Cross, for example. If you have an Oyster, and this does work for bank contactless, by the way, and I shall splash up the graphic one more time on screen. If you're using this to travel around Hatton Cross and the Heathrow stations, you are in the tube train free travel area. Another plane, and this is where you can ride the tube and trains for free. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.